Hello Year 6, we're going to start off today with a quiz on living things which we did last session. So like before, you will need 4 pieces of paper, very small, just scrap paper will do, with A, B, C or D written on them. So which part of the cell is labelled number 1? Well done. Which part of the cell is labelled number 2? Well done if you held up the cytoplasm, where all the chemical reactions take place. What does a plant cell have that an animal cell doesn't? Well done if you said chloroplast. Which of these is not a process of a living thing? Well done if you said talking. And what is an organ? An organ is a group of tissues working together. So today we are going to be looking at the digestive system. So first of all, what is a system made up of? Well done if you said C, a group of organs working together. And that's what we're going to be looking at today in the digestive system. So our objectives for today's session are for you to be able to name the organs that make up the digestive system, for you to be able to describe the role of the organs in the digestive system. Now, when we say about describing the role, we just mean what is it that they do? What is their function? What is their job? Now, for some of you, those that want to be pushing yourselves a little bit harder, a little bit further, see if you can name the enzymes involved in digestion. Now, enzymes are just substances that speed up a chemical reaction that takes place in your body. Okay, so they speed up the digestion of food. And finally, if you can describe the role of the liver and the pancreas. So then Year 6, what we're going to do now is we're going to learn about the digestive system. And to help us do this, you're going to watch a video. Now in the video, you're going to see a demonstration of what happens to the food when you eat it. So what I'd like you to do is click on the blue link below and then watch this video. Now during the video, you will either be just focusing on the organs that make up the digestive system and the order of these organs. So looking at All a Bear on the left, thinking about when you put the food in All a Bear's mouth, which organs will the food go through first, then second and third and so on until the undigested food comes out of her body. For others, I would like you to start thinking about the function of each organ. So that just means what happens to the food at each organ. Okay, so what is each organ's job? Now you'll notice at the bottom of this table there are 2 rows that are in red. Now these refer to the 2 organs that the food doesn't go through but actually are involved in digestion, and these will be shown to you in the video. So you can see there are 3 levels of challenge to this activity. You're either going to focus on the organs and the order that the food goes through them, or you'll be looking at the organs in the correct order and what happens in each of these organs. Or if you want to really challenge yourself, you'll also be thinking about the other 2 organs that are involved in digestion. So you can either make notes in your book as you go through this, or you can copy out this table as you can see on the screen and then fill it in as you watch the video. Enjoy the video. So let's go through the key words of the names of the organs that make up the digestive system. And we're going to go through them in the order that the food goes through, apart from the bottom 2, which the food doesn't actually go through, they just are involved. So we start off with the mouth. Go through, but they are involved. now is, using the knowledge gained from that digestive system video, see if you can have a go at drawing this diagram of the digestive system. You don't need to worry about the man or the boy or whatever it is. Just draw those organs, okay? Now, I did it when I made all of the bear, and I'm not particularly great at art, so I'm sure you can do something that's resembling this, okay? And I would like you to label them, because it's really important that you can identify the organs of the digestive system as well. And you'll notice that the two in red are the ones that some of you will be challenging yourselves to also identify. So let's go through these. So we start off with the mouth. Remember, we talked about mechanical digestion taking place, the mouth chewing the food. The food then goes down the gullet to the stomach, okay, where it's mixed with acid and an enzyme called protease. The food then goes from the stomach into the small intestine. Now, the small intestine is very, very long, but because it's smaller in diameter, we call it the small intestine. And then it goes to the large intestine, which is much shorter in length, but it is much, much thicker. We've then got the liver, which is that pink bit at the top, and then the pancreas, which is the object that looks a bit like a yellow leaf, but very, very important in digestion. So well done if you have completed all the activities so far. What we're going to do now is go through each organ and the function and make sure that you are correct. So again, starting with the mouth. Main thing that the mouth does, the function, is that the food is chewed and mixed with saliva, and some of you might have included that the enzyme amylase is added. You might have taught that the saliva contains a mucus and some water that helps the food slip down the gullet. Now, the gullet just links the mouth to the stomach, but some of you might have told me that the food gets from the mouth to the stomach, in fact gets all the way through the digestive system through a process called peristalsis, where the muscles above the food, we call it a bolus of food, contract, they squeeze and push the food through. We've then got the stomach, and in the stomach the food is churned up with acid, but also the enzyme protease that breaks down protein is added. From the stomach, the food goes to the small intestine. Now, the small intestine is where the soluble food molecules are absorbed into the blood. And again, some of you might have identified that in the small intestine, enzymes are added. And you might have even named the enzymes, well done if you did, as amylase, protease and lipase. From the small intestine, it goes to the large intestine, which is where water is absorbed or reabsorbed back into the blood. And then we have got the rectum, which is where the undigested food is stored. And some of you might have told me it's where feces is stored. Now, the two in blue, in red even, liver and pancreas. Now, the liver produces bile, and we talked in the video about how the food leaving the stomach is very acidic because there's hydrochloric acid in the stomach. So the liver produces bile, which mixes with the food as it leaves the stomach, which then helps neutralise it. It makes it not as acidic because not all enzymes like to work in acidic conditions. And the pancreas is what produces all three enzymes. So all three enzymes, so the amylase, protease and lipase, are produced by the pancreas. Now, well done if you got all that correct, and super well done if you even managed to include some of the information that we've written in red. So excellent work, Year 6. Following from today, you can now name the organs that make up the digestive system, and you can describe the function of each of those organs, so you can tell me what each organ does. Now, some of you can even tell me the names of some of the enzymes involved in digestion, and some of you can tell me the role of the liver and pancreas in digestion. Excellent work, Year 6. I will see you soon. Bye-bye.